The whole experience was great. So we had 450, 100% growth last year by his own. So the whole transaction aspect of it became pretty amazing. So a lot of people had to close their restaurant and rely only on online ordering. So the volume came to grow pretty fast, and we're very excited to be ready for that and partnering with Ingeno and supporting that growth. So Benoit Maheux, I'm VP of Innovation and Product at UEAT. I've been with the company for a year. Quite an incredible adventure as up to now. So we're a fast-growing company in the SaaS dedicated to restaurateurs, and the idea is to provide them with a white label online ordering solution to help them move towards the digital era, so having been able to do transactions on the web. Technologically, indeed, it was challenging at one point. You really become you rely on your expert internally, but you realize at one point that there's some limit to the growth. It's quite challenging in terms of hiring experts in the region. All over the world, people are fighting for the same resources. So we came to a point where we had major contract that just had been signed, and we had to rely on a partner helping us out, reduce any downtime whatsoever. You can imagine how crazy it can become if at one point the online ordering is down on a Friday night where everybody's ready to order. So we had to rely on new ideas, and we had to bring a leader to coach our own team, so help them grow throughout that process. So that's where we started seeking for an expertise, and we came across Ingeno in our consideration phase. Yeah, as a startup, you work closely with a few partners, you grow, but you really hit at one point, which was last year for us, a hockey stick where it grows exponentially, and exponentially not a factor of 2 but a 10x growth, which become crazy in terms of architecture to manage. So at one point, that's where Ingeno really brought in a certain expertise in terms of architecture, and they've been there. They've helped other companies manage that kind of growth and the amount of transaction we were dealing with. So they already knew what were the traps and how to address those, which was very appealing to us. So benefit for sure is that we're still in business right now, because at one point you can imagine that if you're down too often, you can run out of business in the way we are right now. So we were very happy that we're actually signing more contracts. We're identified as a strong player now, and the architecture, instead of being a weaknesses, is now a strength. So people are moving away from other solutions because they know that we're the lead player, reliable, and we have good ways of targeting those issues. Ingeno stepped out because of their expertise again. So we made them meet with the team, and instead of providing their expertise and coming in and this is what you have to do, they actually audited and they connected throughout the different values of the company, and we feel that the team liked them, the team wanted to work with them, and we feel that they were willing to do the extra mile. So above and duty, only I'm doing my work, they were caring. We had still issues because we didn't fix it the day Ingeno came in, but we feel that they were caring about it, and they really help us out grow as a company instead of keeping all of their knowledge on their own, which was a main differentiator. So we have a fairly young team which had to learn from people who've done it in the past. So the idea was to connect in terms of value. We clearly saw in early days that there was a great value fit. And then we brought the team together. They helped build the plan, but they actually executed the plan with the team, transferring their knowledge throughout the process, and now moving along to a different challenge. So we foresee that relation in the long term, not only because it was not a single project, but they're going to be working on multiple projects, raising the bar. And at one point, we feel our team is growing quite fast, but still there's always knowledge to grow with the engine. So I know love is one of their major values. So there was a lot of love, a lot of caring, a lot of training. So it's a value that we clearly share. At UEAT, we invested in the university because we wanted to train restaurateurs, so to help them out grow, to help them out learn how to grow their business. And I feel Ingeno is care very much about the training as well. So they're not only providing the services, they're going to be helping you out grow your company by teaching you the good practices. So we were founded by 5 founders, and rapidly we decided to rely on 2 ex-Apple trainers, where we wanted to ramp up and build a program to train internally the team to help them grow. And I feel Ingeno is part of the university because we brought in the Ingeno expertise, and they actually came in as internal resources, training everybody on their own, identifying their weaknesses, and train them in the long terms, which is really where we found a great connection. So we've just been selected by Google Cloud as the one of the 10 startup in Canada fast growing. So we achieved 550%, which is pretty amazing last year, but still we're very much focusing towards the 10x. So we want to grow as a factor, not only 10%, but 10 times grow each year.
That's exponential.
Exponential. And it's pretty easy to say, but it's very something to achieve. Yes. So in terms of customer growth, we're addressing both the smaller player, which have one location as a restaurant or 10 locations, but also the bigger brands. And you understand that when you're growing that market, mainly North America, we're in 8 countries, but let's just say that our focus is very toward North America. There's going to be huge pressure in terms of hiring, in terms of scaling our architecture, and in terms of developing the whole ecosystem. We have plenty of different partners. So there's hundreds of different POS. There's tens of different fidelity solutions, and you need to address and align with all of those. So there's definitely help with Ingeno, which is going to be on ramping up the team, hiring the right person, building the right architecture. That's for sure. And there's going to be definitely help from Ingeno, just developing, finding the right structure for a new product, which are coming up. Very excited. Definitely there's going to be new product in order to help our grow, and they're actually right now working on those. So very excited to bring those forward. What really helped us in terms of achieving our goal was actually to look in a broader scope. So we have hired recently programmers from all over the world. So we were successful with the Peru. We found great resources down there. We also have internationally, we work with other companies, Indian, but we were never able to find the same fit or the same expertise as what we found with Ingeno. And Ingeno to us is part of the company. So we don't foresee you as a supplier. We foresee Ingeno as a partners, but as I mentioned earlier, as a coach, which really makes the difference because you came in and you're really ramping up the whole team and very much focusing towards training, which is another great value of ours.